I was just getting used to this seafaring life. You know...
The silent monk leans forward slightly.
Something around here. Take a lot to sink it. What am I even looking for? Will I know it when I see it? Nothing. Damn it.
Good to feel the rolling of the waves. Might actually have a good night's sleep.
How you doing? You creatures with your legs and arms and your opposable thumbs. You always want to steer the ship. It goes... La 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 la. Or something like that. It's pretty catchy. Oh, she opened it and... All right, all right. God, that's always ended for me anyway.
Let's team up, you and me. What do you say? Suit yourself then.
He drags a comb through his beard. His face.
The ladies are sturdy and tough. Take a lot to sink her.
Nothing. Empty as Dallas's heart.
Melody says if we can get the ship to move, we can go home.
Wish I had half a clue what I was looking for. All that fighting will be worth less than nothing if we can't get this tub moving.
I must say, you may not be an Eternal, but you are certainly not as temporary as many of your fellows. You handled yourself well. Personally, I am just glad that I do not have to walk back to Reaper's Coast. Wind travel may be primitive, but it is at least efficient. Livewood, you have taken a dead elf and carved it into a pleasure yacht? I knew you people were barbarians. I had no idea you were sadists, too. Well, no matter. Whatever gets me to Reaper's Coast quickly. I have an excavation site to explore. The only treasure worth digging for. Knowledge. I was investigating a site where several artifacts of my people have been found. Some were even intact. Alas, I was not the only one there. Those red-robed idiots were scurrying about. They caught me when I failed to correctly respond to their quest. Still, it's good to be on the move again. They simply asked me what I was doing there, and I simply told them to be gone from my lands. I may have used the phrase pathetic mortals. Come to think of it, I may have used it several times. Damn fools. The faster we leave them behind, the happier I shall be. Ah, yes. I have heard that your people enjoy various Pardon? Was that an invitation? Were you trying to initiate some form of... Why, that would be excellent! I have been curious about this for some time. The social interactions, the expectations, the mechanics. Come now, let's begin immediately.
Fane grabs your hand.
Well, that was most unusual. I mean, I had read all the leading authorities on it, but I didn't think... It's just... that thing you did with your tongue, it was quite unexpected. My goodness. It was certainly an experience, but I must admit I was expecting something more. Not from you, certainly not from you. It's just that well, I felt nothing. Neither the warmth of your touch nor the fire of your passion. I may as well have been shucking an oyster. Really? Even the part where you... My goodness.
The skeleton pulls a notebook from his robes and starts scribbling. You can hear him muttering something about highly unorthodox, lack of sensation, and coccyx. You ponder his words as you pick up the last of your belongings. You're
a team? You certainly seem capable in Very well. I believe you normally spit on your palms to seal agreements, but I seem to lack the fluid and the desire. Very well, let's be off.
Whatever I'm looking for, I'm not finding it. Not a thing but spiders and disappointment.
The sea's a fickle mistress. She's mine, damn it.
There's something to these doors I'm not seeing. But what?
You're the Godwoken, right? Then maybe you can find a way through this damn door.
The door seems like any door, at least at first. Then you notice it's unblemished wood. There is no knot. The wood groans and creaks. A face appears in the wood, tortured and tormented. The face vanishes. The door remains closed. The door remains unmarked. The anguished face of... The door remains the thud of your fist upon the wood resonates. The door remains unmarked. The door stays
Speak to me if you're looking for hired help. So, what'll it be? I've got sword fighters, mages, archers, all willing to fight by your side if the price is right.
Swinging from the end of a rope, not locked up in here.
Magister Ranley.
Hey, don't I know? So, we've got quite the task on our hands, haven't we? I have to admit, the whole thing is very intriguing. The old band back together. Look at me. Hard.
Losa leans back slightly, thin arms crossed in front of her chest, and stares at you defiantly from dark eye sockets, darker and deeper set than when you first met.
Seriously? Look at me. I look like lukewarm death. This isn't a joke anymore. You see, your god wants me dead. My god? Devil? Who knows? It wants me. It's getting stronger and I need to outpace it. I want to make sure you understand, well, the risks. You don't get it. I'm dangerous. You have to pay attention. You have to be willing to hurt me if I'm hurting you or someone else. Can you do that?
I ought to chain you up like you wanted to.
Do I ever? Still sore at the time I wanted you to defend me. I didn't realize something like that happens again. You do what needs to be done. Deal? Either you'll do it or you won't. Well, all right.
She pinches your cheek.
I knew I could count on you to murder me in a pinch. Let's go, Chief.
Can't you say anything else? Bloody Magisters. If it were up to me, you'd be swinging from the end of a rope, not locked up in here. Being behind bars suits you, murdering scum.
Is made of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
The Seeker flexes her arms stiffly. Her joints ordered.
I owe you, Godwoken. Without your help, I'd likely still be a prisoner around here, not guarding Alexander the bloody Divine himself.
She nods her thanks and immediately winces, laying her hand on the back of her neck.
I wish. No, the Magisters kept me chained to the bulkhead. Arms held above me head, feet barely able to touch the deck. Now my joints are paying the price. We're a big bloody target on our backs. We took their leader and their flagship. The Hammer won't stand for that. She'll be hunting for us.
The Seeker throws a toxic...
Hardly. She's just some deckhand. If it were up to me, I'd tie her to the main mast and you... No. They had her stand below, chained up in the dark. But the Reds, what, maybe it was just the lack of food and rest playing trick. Good luck getting anything out of either of them. Our special guest is out cold. All right then, just... I'll keep an eye on the Red until the cage is locked again.
A young Magister paces around the brig, fussing over... She notices you observing her. She straightens her back and sets her jaw in a defiant scowl.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance. That's all the information I'm giving to any of you lot. So stow your questions, lizard. Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the...
The Magister falls silent, but stares at you with unwavering defiance. The Magister's stare...
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel.
If it were up to me, you'd be swinging from the end of a rope, not locked up in here.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate... Get away from him, sorcerer. That's the Divine. Prisoner or not? I warned you not to touch.
I'll yield to none.
The Seeker has removed one of her gauntlets in order to flex.
You must be starved for company to linger around here, friend. You and half of Rivellon, friend. Don't worry.
Bishop Alexander lies supine on a bare wire cot. Though unconscious, his eyes are... Bruises swell beneath his eyes, and a shallow gash zigzags from his right ear down to his beardless cheek. Unconscious, he looks more boy than bishop. Someone has wiped the bishop's hands clean and folded them neatly over his abdomen. They rise and fall in shallow, jagged. A beautiful six-sided gem rests on the bishop's chest, hung round his neck by an ordinary oiled rope. The gem sits heavily in... The door seems like any door, at least at first. Then you note the wood groans, the face vanishes. The anguished face appears once more. It dips its forehead towards you and waits. A shudder of pleasure racks the figure in the door.
No entry allowed. Please use the port side door. Listen up so I don't have to repeat myself again. I am... Fine. Answer the security question. Current security measures forbid me from providing the... Incorrect. Enter through the port. That won't get you anywhere.
I am summoned. Speak the password. How very Your knuckles will rot to bone. Yes, and yes. Enter at...
Just one more moment, please.
He clicks together two halves of some type of gauntlet sitting in his lap and turns his full attention to you.
And there. Rescued at last, am I? To whom do I owe my thanks? I'm a prisoner, of course. Do you think I'd be sitting here calmly if I was a Magister holdout? That infernal Dallas woman left me trapped here, too weak to escape. It seems I'm in your debt. Dallas took a particular interest in me and my skills. I'm an expert in healing, crafting, and more arcane practices. She kept me here to do her bidding. Until you took her flagship from right under her nose, it seems. Oh, yes. And she could be a most cruel mistress, I'm sad to report.
He extends his arm and pushes up the sleeve. Beneath, the skin is withered and
She used some form of domination device on me, forcing my hands to do her bidding. Oh, cast spells, tinker with relics, meddle with the laws of nature. All the sorts of things power-hungry despots love to do. She had me enchanted dead cat over there, so it would seem alive.
He clicks the gauntlet into place around his withered forearm, his eyes on...
But that damn contraption that she used on me seems to have fogged my memory. The rest is... No! Necromancy is an unsavory practice, not something to be trifled with lightly. This is but a cunning illusion of my own creation, nothing more.
His face abruptly creases.
But come now, enough of Dallas and dead cats. You've taken this ship and granted my freedom. This is a happy moment. I'm afraid I cannot tell you what I do not remember. Could you pass me that copper wire just there?
An unseen force yanks the copper out of your grasp. Tarquin catches it and offers you a...
Butterfingers? I'm afraid I truly can't remember anything. I'm doing my utmost to be civil to you, under rather trying circumstances. Why must you push me like this? An active imagination. Overheated, even. Perhaps you should let this matter rest.
Let the creature live. He is hardly worth our time.
Something tells me that he'll only bring us woe, but I can't judge him yet.
Anyone who faced enslavement deserves our sympathy, not our blades. Leave him.
He takes your hand in his gauntlet-clad fist and shakes it. There's a...
Call me Tarquin, and consider me at your service. We're barely acquainted. Why should I tell you anything personal? I do not confide in reptilian fops. Whatever measure you have of yourself is no doubt bloated by the labors of slaves. Leave me. No! This piece is far beyond what those wretches could muster. This is something of my own desire. The Magisters left me weakened. But this will help give me the strength. There's likely not a soul aboard this ship without secrets they'd rather keep hidden. Why should I face more? I'm not some serving boy. You will demand nothing from me. I must admit, despite what she did to me, I can't help but admire her a little. The woman is unwavering. She will break before she bends. So if you should cross paths again, be sure to leave her broken. You will not get another chance.
This looks like a teleporter pyramid. It could certainly come in handy.
A teleporter pyramid? Only one way to find out if it works. Try using it.
You after something? Looking to interrogate me again, perhaps?
This is written in ancient lizard script. It appears to be a song.
I've spotted something.
I'm a monster. I click and clack. My tail rattles like a snake. I suffer. No, 'tis ignoble to wish for death, but ask, don't touch me. Was Tarquin that wretch, that rat? I ate an ill mouse and passed in me miserable. Mumsy? Is she here? Mumsy, where are you? 'Tis I, but you.
The cat begins to purr and rub itself on your ankle.
Any friend to Mumsy is a friend to me. I believe this. Oh, I don't know. In the direction of over there.
The cat purrs.
Tell Mumsy to come back soon. Now that I am but bone, I'm too light to trip the moving door. I'm sure there's a rat back there. Which way shall I fly? Infinite wrath and infinite despair. I myself am hell.
Now is not the time for a bath.
What's this? I found something.
Price is right. Whatever type of companion you need, I can provide. Expert warriors for hire. Won't let you down. twice the warriors I have for hire, but you can't put a price on the glory they'll win. Glory is mine. I'll yield to none. Glory is mine. Greet the Reaper for me.
Both, I fear.
Another pyramid.
You after something?
You saw what I could not.
You got through the door.
Find a way to get this ship moving. We can't let the Magisters catch up with us. We're too weak to fight them again.
She's a fickle mistress. She's mine, damn it.
Did you hear? We're bringing you to Meister Siva, the head of the Seekers. If we can get out of here, that is. must be something around here.
What is it, Red? This is Dallas's ship. There's a way to move this ship on board, I'm sure of it. The figurehead has certainly caused a commotion lately. I'd give you a go. Go on, then. Sing it to the figurehead and get at us.
We're so close. We have to set sail.
Void Slayer, Worm Killer, Godwoken. You have many names. Let's add ship's captain to the list once we get this thing moving, shall we? I won't let the Fallen to think that whelp spawned. He's down there now, guarded. Amazing to think those of us in the Order once assumed the gods were with him, and only him. Other Godwoken. When Lucian died, we waited, and waited some more. Alexander never rose to divinity. Then we started to find more like him. We weren't the only ones who noticed either. Not every Godwoken we found was alive. And we found Godwoken, housed them, fed them. I loved them like family. I was naive. But let's leave the past in the past and driftwood, of course. Little fishing village. Not very welcoming. Meister Siva's there too. One of your kin, my leader. She held the Seekers together when we had every... Think of her as a teacher. The powers of the... She's not. Well, not in the strictest sense. She's not exactly an elf either. Half demon, Meister Siva says, and I don't doubt it. I don't know how Siva came to know her, but Malady's a proper ally. She's not easy to like, but there are times I admire her coldness.
Gareth fingers the hilt of his blade. He stares at nothing in particular before turning his gaze back to you.
Keep Lucian close, Godwoken.
Don't go any further, Godwoken. We need you alive. I know what's it.
She glances up.
That was Brendan. When the ship wouldn't answer my...
The figurehead looms ahead, continuing its silent watch over the seas. The figurehead looms ahead. The deck beneath you groans and trembles, like the ship itself is awaking from a slumber. A deep sigh emerges, unmistakably the sound of a living being.
You are not the witch. You are not Dallas. You sang the song. Now you must decide my fate. Are you to be my new mistress? You know my plight. I can sense it. But you cannot free me, not truly. My scar is etched upon immortal wood. My servitude cannot end. I must be guided. Let me take you wherever you wish. We can depart as soon as you are ready. Ask. I am here to serve in all ways. I see you, sister, but I do not see myself. I was once an elf. That much I know. Then I passed and grew into an ancestor tree. But that time has passed. I saw that forest reduced to a death, thanks to the great calamity of our people, the Magisters. They tainted our soil with death fog and uprooted the sacred ancestor trees. They tore me apart and turned me into this monstrosity. Of course, wherever there is sea, I will endeavor to bring you. Consult with your companions and set a course.
The ship's awake. Good. Is she ready to sail?
Turned into the slaves of warmongers.
Dying to hear them, pure breed.
Her face crumples into a...
Why, because I care, of course. A bit early in our relationship to question my Meister Siva is one of a rare breed. She'd do anything in the name of a cause, and her cause happens to be you. We'd better not leave her waiting. She's a bit particular. She's the founder of these Seekers, and she's powerful. That means something when I say it. Your kind can reach astounding heights. A place called Driftwood, host to... You'll probably find...
Our sacred ancestor trees turned into the You did it. You.
Red, you're a credit to your kin. Malady's raring to go, and I can't say I'm keen to...
Ancestor trees turned into the slaves of warmongers.
Well, what?
A slow...
To driftwood, then. It moves forward.
With the sun on their backs and the wind in their sails, the God-woken watched Fort Joy shrink behind them. But their capture of the Lady Vengeance had not gone unnoticed.
I respect your mettle, sorcerers. You steal my ship, kill my bishop, and ally with demons. But you have no idea what you're really dealing with.
We are ready, mistress.
Yes, but are they?
I swear, mistress. I swear they'll perform admirably.
Very well. Show me. Goodbye, sorcerers. This is my ship. I won't see it taken from under my feet. You, act!
Yes, mistress.
Oh, for the love of the void. Listen up. We can't win this one, but I can get us to safety. You'll need to buy me time. Show us what you can do, God-woken.
God-woken? Parasites, rather.
I'll take care of it, mistress. Let's see how it suits you.
Stop that elf! Her sorcery must be silenced!
take me again, Dallas.
Die.
Silence the demon! She must be stopped!
Don't stop. It's working.
With the help of the half-demon Malady, the Godwoken escaped through the veil that separates life from death.
The air here has a familiar smell, like the place you grew up. Old memories begin to well within you, but the sweet sour smell of decay suddenly punctures them. The smell grows stronger. It closes in around you, creeping into you, then suddenly vanishes. Now you smell only the faint scent of wood and a cold metallic tang, as yet unfamiliar.
Oh, how pensively. Ask away. A giant, surely beautiful. They can't, but someday. Indeed,
Is that a tree? What's hanging from it?
Must be a way across.
The gods, are they dead? How can this be?
Before you hangs a great ethereal orc, his face twisted in a knot of pain as Amadia hangs before you, her face cut and bruised, her chest barely moving. You think you see a tear run down her cheek. You lean in. That's no tear. It's sauce. The shimmering liquid is seeping from her wounds and dripping to the ground below her. Ralik hangs limp from the tree, cursed branches constricting him, snake-like from foot to shoulders. His helmeted head hangs slack at his side.
Hurry!
Ever-tightening cursed branches constrict the great dwarven god Duna. His eyelids flutter and his face... A small, stout imp winces under the countless curse. Tight coils wrap Tia Sendelius from head to foot. Cursed tendrils tighten around Zolstissa. Her lips are moving, but no words seem able to escape.
Your time is short! Your time is short! Thank you, my child. Thank you.
Bring my champion.
Thank you, my child.
Bring
Be gone. Be gone from here. Ugh. Where is my champion?
The cursed tendrils slacken. Zolstissa inhales.
My one. My one.
As he regains consciousness, Tia Sendelius frees an arm from the tendrils that bind him. He clutches at the coils, but cannot rend them apart.
Curse these snakes! Curse these binds!
The others too? Am I the first to wake? It doesn't matter. There is no just like you, Sabine, to gloat over a god. But that pretty smile of yours will melt from your face when you... It is here. The cosmic spider ever weaving its webs. The void is coming for us gods. Coming to drink us dry of our powers. We stand no chance, not here. Let it be a warning to you, Sabine. I, the god who created you, tremble. Does this not give you pause? Soon the Seven will be nothing but morsels in the maws of the void. Unless you do as I bid you. Do what I blessed you for. You have already set loose some of the powers locked within you. But there is a great well of possibility as yet untapped. You cannot stop until you ascend to the highest heights of your power. You cannot stop until you become divine. Like Lucian, you will be called to unite the powers of the Seven against the Void. Like Lucian, you will lead our proud people to preeminence. But unlike Lucian, your weakness will not lead you to foolish failure. Either a new divine rises, or the world falls prey to the void. One of the Godwoken must become the new divine, and that Godwoken must be you. You are my champion. So set off in... But you are an undefeated Godwoken, ready to unite the powers of the Seven. Now hurry. Get out of here before... Hush. It's here. The spider's here.
Run! Go! I will find you. I'll be in.
White-hot cold pierces your heart like a blade. You are frozen to the spot. The burning cold pumps through you like a curse, and then...
Where is everyone?
Well, at least they added a shrub to my, the giant takes notice of...
The same troubled look is visible on each face. You've seen the gods beaten and defiled, strung up as a warning.
The gods are dead. Long live the God-woken. If the Seven should indeed come to nothing, I'll be ready to take their place.
I had dreams of what I should say if I saw the Seven Lords once more. But that was a nightmare.
Gods, schmods. They aren't interested in me, and I'm not interested in them. It seems whatever's inside me is more powerful than any of them anyway. Or at least more cunning.
Not a soul down here. Just stillness.
Where have you been? I can't keep this up much longer. We need to go. Seekers dead, Alexander missing, God-woken passengers deceased. And unless you want to die too, we need to go. There's no time. I can't hold us here a lot.
The chill of the Hall of Echoes clung to the Lady Vengeance as it returned to the shores of Reaper's Coast. The God-woken were alive, but what of the gods?
Solid ground materializes beneath your feet. Your weight falls back into your body all at once, and bright sunlight stings your eye. As your eyes adjust, you realize you're still aboard the Lady Vengeance. A gust of fresh sea...
One moment, please.
Malady explodes in a fit of retching that racks her body. At last, she sneezes and expels a glob of something shiny and silver onto the deck.
Better. Let's not do that again anytime soon. Oh, don't start. It was all I could do to save a few of them. It's no mean feat bringing an entire ship full of unspent souls to the Hall of... I managed all the interesting ones, though. You're well. I do hope you learned something useful on our little field trip.
In one gesture, Malady rolls her eyes, darts forward, and...
Next time, I'll pick a spot you won't soon forget.
She runs her tongue across her teeth, tasting your blood.
So, your god seemed uncharacteristically frightened, then said the void was coming, and then you felt a cold deep within you. Well then, it sounds like you need to ascend, doesn't it? And quickly.
She inspects her fingernails with great attention, then looks up at you from under an arch.
Did they mention how you were meant to become the next divine? Well. Luckily for you, Mama Malady is here to help. We already know you can bless, but as far as I know, you can neither see source nor take it as you see fit. I may not know much about divinity, but I do know that any god-woken worth their salt will know how to perform all these oh-so-fantastic feats. You need to go see the Meister. As have I, but not in the ways a true god-woken can. Forget those ghastly little jars and wands to which small people must resort. You ought to be able to see and speak to the spirits that wander our realm. And you ought to be able to extract the source they leave behind, too. All this just by your little old onesie. No devices, no gimmicks. When you're done, you'll be able to amass and unleash quantities of source so great that Lucian himself would blush. I quite look forward to seeing it. Yes, well, I've got more on my mind than shuttling you from hill to dale. But even I recognize the power of priorities, darling. If you can't be bothered to visit the Meister, I'd recommend you deign to visit other powerful sorcerers. And make no mistake, Godwoken, this needs to be done. Now, I must be going. And so much shopping. Why, our faithful little sloop, of course. We can all ride together. Before you go, if I'm not back by the time you find out where our journey takes us next, you can call me back. And in the unlikely case you don't manage to do whatever it is you'll need to do to become what you need to become, you could call me, but I would be grateful if it doesn't come to that.
Nowhere safe. Red-robed lunatics at sea, those void-woken seedlings in the swamp. It all points to the great acorn. It's coming, Quercus! What if it's too late, What if the Knights of Dre are too far ahead in their plans? At least here, our shield's ignorance can be forgiven, Quercus. The Knight... You know their order, my friend. Mystic Squirrel Knights. Sworn to the great acorn.
The squirrel absent-mindedly runs a paw over...
They plan to inherit the everlasting forest once the acorn drops, and the world is rid of all giants. They believe that only the arboreal will, and should. I don't know. I am trying, of course. But how does one battle a power like the great acorn? The Knights of Dre are a dangerous, dangerous order. Lunatics with a single-minded devotion to bringing about the end of the world. Together, Quercus, we can develop some magic to save us from the Great Acorn if our shield can keep us alive. Yes, it has done an admirable job so far. It certainly lasted longer than I thought it would. But does it understand that we could be wiped out at any moment? Does it understand the risk? Trust. Do you remember trust, Quercus? I'm not sure I do. Well, yes, of course I trust you, Quercus. You're different. But perhaps we should show a little faith in our shield.
The squirrel reaches out and touches your ankle, sending a hot flush rippling through your body. Your mind's eye sees new potential spells swirling before...
Now, listen carefully, shield. The plan is thus. Do not die. If the shield can hold up its end of the bargain, we might just have a chance to complete our research. We might... It's still there, Quirk.
Hello again. And I think it's time to start repaying the favours. I could fetch some stuff you need, maybe. Ma always said I was a great runner. Sure thing.
Hail, friend, and remember, in Lucian's love there can be no wrong. Paradise awaits, not an actual paradise, of course. I don't think there's such a place in all of Rivellon. Paradise Downs. My parents still sow the soil there. And if the Order hadn't called me to its ranks, I'd still call their farm my home. I miss it. I miss them. They've been forever understanding of my duty. But I admit, only as often as I need his guidance, Godwoken. When I invoke Lucian's words, I invoke his deeds too. He stood for the defenseless when the Black Ring rose up. For all of us. For my mother, my father.
Gareth's nostalgia lasts for just a moment longer. He composes...
I expect Malady has an answer to that.
Allies for hire.
Coast lies nearby. The wood of the sacred ancestor trees has long been coveted for its ability to I am different. I think and feel. So Friedemann used source magic to keep me alive as I was torn apart and rebuilt. He made me feel every moment of agony, then marked my wood with a slave scar. When I was an ancestor tree, the mother tree demanded loyalty also, but at least I was one of many. Now I am alone. Reaper's Coast lies in the wood. So freedom I was in.
The winged stone figure reaches to the heavens, a majestic sight among the leaves. You no longer look without, but with...
glory is mine.
I'll yield to none.
Doesn't it?
What happened here?
A dying shark lies gasping on the sand, bleeding from the mouth and gills. It turns its dark and soulless eyes. It gasps in the air, struggling for the breath.
No, die here. Monsters, bigger.
It looks at you with its cold, flat eye. A boy at swim. Your name is Joe. You're 9. You're brave. You're off to see your mum. A shadow moves below you. A jagged vice closes on your...
Magister caravan. I remember one just like this picking me up. Could have been a shipment to Fort Joy. But what happened here?
Can't be real. Not real. Not happening.
Lucky find.
No, it's not true. Can't be true. No, no, no! Can't be real. Not real. Not happening. No, it's not true. Can't be true.
White as driftwood salt, the dwarf flinches at your approach, yet she holds a
Back! Get back! I'll kill you, just like the rest of them!
She slumps.
No. I've never seen anything like those beasts before. Those, yes, worst ones I've ever seen.
Her eyes stare vacantly into the distance.
I don't know. I don't know. Old Duna's beard. Her helping sorcerers. We thought... But no. No, I don't know. I don't know. Let go.
She pulls herself free. She flinches at the slight... You twist your head around as the Magisters haul you away. Wendy cries out something to you. You tell yourself it was, "I love you," or... From the dark, you stare up at the thin slivers of light visible between the floorboards. Wood creaks above your head. One of them is... You hear only one gruffly barked word before... You remember a cold childhood in a no-hope fishing town, bullied mercilessly by a dwarf named Lohar. Work, work, work. That's all there was in Driftwood for a dwarf like you, until you got involved in the anti-Magister resistance. Warm red wine flows down your throat. The languor of a tavern evening soothes you. Suddenly, shrieks rend... You stride past the chained sorcerers and climb onto the caravan without complaint. As you settle onto the... He offers only a bleary-eyed stare of disinterest in return before shoving the chained sorcerers aboard. After all, don't they know they're going to be saved? Eloisa was the prettiest girl, not to others, but to you. Her luminous eyes shone brighter than the moon. Collared by Magisters in the far north, you were force-marched to this foreign land. A moment of hope as a grinning dwarf
That doesn't sound promising, does it?
Makes my bones itch.
The little boy lobs a stone across the river. It makes a long arc before...
Oh, Ma! Huh? There was a fight. Some they killed. I'm not trying to stop them. Just distract them. When they finish whatever they're eating, you will. Maybe you can cross the river then. Ma lifted the bridge, but there's got to be another way, right? Yeah.
His gaze shoots to the ground.
I'll keep distracting him. No way. Ma...
He performs a divine...
Now go out, Ma. He can find a way...
Be grateful that you don't feel the need. The kid is whistling an off-key tune as he strolls about, shiftily.
Ain't up to how. Just seen Ben Mesd. Ooh, Baron won't like that. Won't like that one little bit.
The kid shoves his hands in his pocket. The kid is whistling...
Did you hear? The eggs, no one to keep them. Not my eggs, our eggs! You whereof? Eggy, gone. Help, Marge. Eggs? Find eggs? I saw. They were stolen. The babies, the eggs. Something. Horror. Thief. It came in the night. Big! Big as a cow, big as a house, and many, many legs. If I showed you, you could bring them back. Map! Show me your map!
In a flurry of feathers, she leaps up and pecks a small hole in your map.
That's where they are. I went after my babies. I saw where they went, but they've changed. They're back. Ah!
You ever think about running off? Like Barnby and
Welcome to
Sam?
Driftwood.
Hell no. You know what Raymond would do if he caught us? Get yourself in check, boy. I won't have you running off like Millicent and Tully. You'll just end up sliding down some void vocal.
The older-looking Magister notices your presence. He wipes his grubby hands downward across his greaves, as if to wipe away...
Halt, Scaleskin. What word do you bring?
His face goes pale, and his eyes open...
The void woken...
Hush, Fedder. You may pass, Lizard. Dare say he'll be aching to leave before long anyway. But before you do, find Raymond. The white... Be quick, mind. He's set to sail any moment.
He nods his head in the direction.
As long as you stay put, you'll be safe.
The Magister smiles, but he does not make eye contact with you.
Thank the Seven I've oldest to guide me in these times. It's true, what you say. My bet, it's only a matter of time, you know? Outside Driftwood, not even our numbers dwindle. I know they disappear without a sign. Magister Carver's looking into it. Farewell.
The silent monk's stitched lips are the color the expected. The silent monk.
As long as you stay put, you'll be safe.
This town doesn't look much equipped to entertain a nobleman like myself. Pity.
Oh, we dwarves had a kingdom, and we will have it back. I won't always be sweeping. I'll be... Heavens to Bessie, another one. More queer folk than commoners in Driftstead, young gov. But didn't mean no interest. Look at you. Red is my favourite beat anyway. Tavern's just down the road. 'Cause that's where all the queer ones go. Clacking dwarves, dozy lizards. I even saw him drag... Don't know what's going on in that tavern, but it must be a freak show in there.
Maybe I'm glad I ain't pulling carts of stinking fish round no more. How can a beast enjoy this when he's no...
Enjoy your freedom while you can, Lizard. Your day's coming.
Prices are up. Quality is down. Times are tough.
Good day to you.
Lucian's Day is coming up.
Quite the tail on you.
A glance at the dog's miserable face tells you it's sick, all right.
Got one on you, do you? Sire, thank ye, kind. What am I, dog's doctor? Dog shit. Then get out a penny for a sip.
Never forget it.
The dog lies there quietly, clearly.
What are you looking at? I'm sick here. Get lost. Got a pain in the neck. And got a back.
It flinches. A low, threatening growl builds within its... Under the collar, you find the sharpened points of metal rivets, gouging the poor dog's skin. The dog bears it. The dog gives you a long, hard stare. The dog goes to bite your hand, and then realizes the pain is gone.
Hey, I feel okay. Thanks. Think I'll wander off now. Master did. Huh? Wait a minute. Master hurted me? Excuse me a minute.
He turns to his master.
You bad man, you!
Penny for a grieving beggar whose dog ran away. God damn it. How's my livelihood? Penny for a grieving beggar? Oh, you wouldn't do that, would you? Oh, yes, you would do that, wouldn't you? I couldn't prevail upon you to change your mind, could I? Go on and get lost, you freeloader. Penny for a grieving beggar. Got one on you, do? Penny for a grieving beggar. Then get a penny for a sick.
Smells worse
Penny for
over
a
here
grieving
than a
beggar.
dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of
Penny for a
vinegar.
grieving.
Don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
Don't keep to yourself, lizard.
Nothing good.
I won't be seen talking to a lizard. And war.
Well, hello, stranger. Interested in Driftwood's finest catch?
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
You look down at the cart and see fish.
It's free to look. Fair travels, friend.
How you holding up?
My word, but you do look exhausted. Have at it. Got yourself situated.
What kind of rat would sell such filth?
The kind that don't fancy starving, along with the rest of this town. It's all well and good for you with your rations. We've got to take what we can get.
Keep talking, dwarf, and you'll end up eating sawdust from a cell floor.
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Nothing good.
Oh, don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
Thank the divine you're here to protect us.
If I don't come visit you, Tug, who will?
Yes, yes, of course.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends.
Yep.
Your fish stinks of the void. What kind of rat would sell such filth?
The kind that don't fancy starving, along with the rest of this town. It's all well and good.
Calm as a coiled spring.
We've got to take what we can get.
You needing supplies? Anything more?
Eating sawdust from a cell floor.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Oh, don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit you, Tug, who will?
Yes, of course.
Wouldn't you like to know?
We just did the execute 2 dozen noblemen for insubordination.
How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Till later, then.
Than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.